This is the Fantasy Roadshow.
Hey-o. What's it going on? What's up? We're back again. This is the Fantasy Roadshow, baby. We are your hosts, per usual. My name is Ryan. This is Mike Kulz. You can find me on Twitter at fantasy_trucker. You can find him on Twitter at Kulz_sports. Mike, we're getting into another mock draft. Sorry, we're doing so many drafts. I can't keep up anymore. We're just
get it together.
Every day, man. I'll tell you what will help me keep it together or get it together. A little Celsius crack. I got a little peach vibe. I need one, man. I'm feeling a little out of it today, so this is going to help bring me back to life.
That is the official, unofficial beverage of the Fantasy Roadshow, Celsius. So, yeah, we're still awaiting our sponsorship by the official, unofficial beverage. Shane's out in the streets. Shane got a like from Celsius today.
Really? We're on to something, man.
So
we're on to something.
One step closer. Shane is, a loyal roadie, one of our favorite guests that we've had thus far, and he's out there on the streets knocking down doors. So appreciate that. You got the peach vibe. Love that. Let's get that brain. Let's get that brain firing. We got a big day of mock drafting. We've been hammering out mock drafts, best balls, and today we should finish our rankings as well. But that'll come at a later episode. Let's just jump right into these. I love just knocking these bad boys out. So buckle up.
All right. Well, we are getting into a 10-team PPR standard, so no need to mention that anymore. But 10-team PPR, one quarterback, two running backs, three wide receivers, one flex. We are not including kicker and defense in these drafts. You guys draft those kickers and defenses on your own. We're not going to do that. So, but Mike, before we get into it, we gotta, spread the love a little bit, right?
Mock, yeah, ing, yeah, bird, yeah.
That's outstanding. I love that.
It just brings it helps me get into the drafting mode. You know what I mean? Like ready to go, man. I love it.
Love it.
All right. Do it. So I am drafting from the 8th spot, and Mike will be drafting from the 4th spot. And we're just going to kick it off and get right into it.
Yes, sir. You can take that sound off.
Yeah, definitely will be doing that. All right, Mike. CMC, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill. Where are you going with? And I think I know the answer.
No brainer, Jamar Chase for me.
Yeah, if you can get Jamar Chase at the 4th pick, I'm taking that all day, every day.
My order is not going to change. It's going to be 101 Jamar Chase, 102 Justin Jefferson, and then depending on the roster breakdown, if it's a 3 wide receiver, 1 flex with the ability to start 4 wide receivers, then in the 3 spot I go CeeDee Lamb. Otherwise, then in the 104 I go Bijan Robinson. And then 105 Stephon Diggs. So that's my top 5. Everything never changes.
All right. Well, we'll hold you to that.
The only thing that would change would be Bijan to the 104 instead of the 103 based on the 2 or 3 wide receivers.
The construction of the roster.
Yep.
Okay. Well, here I am in the 8th. After Jamar Chase went Austin Eckler, Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce in the 7th. So I'm presented with some good options here. Bijan Robinson, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Saquon. All 4 of those I'm considering. But I think I'm going to go with my number 1 running back here at this spot and grab Bijan Robinson. And hoping I can see someone fall to me here, and none of those 3 that I was talking about fell. So Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams will be in this pocket for me to choose from. And I am having a tough time deciding, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take Devontae Adams. And just double checking something before I make that selection. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Devontae Adams here. Started with Bijan, Devontae.
All right, so I have Chubb sitting there. I have Garrett Wilson. I'm going Garrett Wilson over Amon-Ra and Waddle. He's my wide receiver 4, but I think I'm going to really, honestly, I'm leaning towards changing my top 5. I think I'm going to end up with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, and then Garrett Wilson at the 5.
All right.
But that will
be a great start there with Chase and Wilson.
Yep. I will I'll release whether that's confirmed or not at a later date.
All right.
There goes Josh Allen. I probably would have taken him, honestly, if he was available. Not going to go Hurts. Tony Pollard's interesting, but I see Breece Hall here, and that is who I'm going to take. I have him as my my running back 3 or 4. Let's see. I have him as my running back 4, so I'm going to go ahead and scoop him up. I think he's healthy. I think that's why they haven't signed Dalvin Cook or a backup there. I think they're, from what I hear, they're interested in Zeke. We'll see if that ends up happening. Breece Hall, welcome to the squad. Squad.
After Breece Hall goes T. Higgins, Chris Olave, Jalen Hurts, and here I am on the board. I have Tony Pollard, Ramondre Stevenson, Devontae Smith, Najee Harris, all in contention here. Najee. Yeah, so this is a little tough spot for me. I really like Pollard and Ramondre. Well, I do have Pollard over Ramondre, but it's really hard to pass up Devontae Smith in the 3rd round, and I think that's what I'm going to be taking here. But now I'm having second thoughts. I am tilting right now live on the podcast. There are other wide receivers I do like ahead of Devontae. Wow, I wish this was an easier choice for me. You know what? No, I'm going to take Devontae and move along with my next pick. After Devontae is Najee Harris, Tony Pollard, Ramondre Stevenson, and DK Metcalf. And looks like Travis Etienne is sitting here, which is very intriguing for me. Yeah, he would be technically my highest ranked running back, and then followed by Aaron Jones, who's also interesting here, but I'm going to go ahead and take Travis Etienne. They have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, leaving the 4th round.
Joey B seems like a no-brainer to stack with Mr. Chase. That being said, I don't know if that's my favorite quarterback available.
Saying Joe Burrow isn't your favorite quarterback right here?
Not in fantasy football.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Amari Cooper here 10 out of 10 times, so I'm going to continue doing that. Amari it is.
Yeah, he's someone I was considering as well.
Boom.
Just to preface for everybody on the podcast, Keenan Allen Then goes DeAndre Hopkins, followed by Joe Burrow to finish out the 4th round. Aaron Jones, Kenneth Walker, Terry McLaurin in the beginning of the 5th here. Mike, who are you considering? What's going on? What's on your mind? Talk to me.
I am considering Mr. J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to go ahead and take Dobbins.
Okay. No one else you were considering there?
No.
Okay. All right. Good to go then. I am presented here in the 5th round. Someone who I enjoy taking is always Justin Fields. And I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Justin Fields here in the 5th round. After Justin Fields goes Herbert, Sanders, Kittle, Hawkinson. And the person who fell to me is who I was hoping would fall is DJ Moore, his counterpart. And I am stacking up Justin Fields and DJ Moore here in the 5th and the 6th round. And I love it.
You want some Mo?
I want some Mo, some DJ Mo.
And I believe the man that I wanted to fall here is actually, I'm going to just play the ADP game, the computer game here.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to play the computer game. I'm going to go Akers right here, hoping Ayuk falls to me on the flip.
Yeah, you have a great start here with,
and he does not.
3. Damn, right before you.
Which is totally fine because I was also considering. So honestly, yeah, I like Akers just because of the uncertainty there with Breece Hall and Dobbins. And when I say uncertainty, they're both, have an injury history. So does Akers. So now I have 3 running backs that I think should all be awesome, but have experienced, a little bit of health issues in the past. So yeah. I do have 3 solid wide receivers that I'm happy with. Does kind of sting that I don't end up with Akers and Ayuk, but getting Trevor Lawrence here in the 7th round, I think he's a top 5 quarterback this year. I think he improves his passing touchdown number significantly. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, getting Trevor Lawrence, I think, is one of the best quarterback values in the drafts coming in the 7th round. If you can get him in the 7th, that's primo. Love it. Here I am in the 7th round. I do have Devonta Adams, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, ETN, and Bijan Robinson.
Bijan.
And I'm kind of presented with an interesting group here. Not considering James Conner, Dalvin Cook, Michael Pittman, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams. I do like Hollywood Brown, Christian Kirk, Rashad White, Javonte Williams. I don't want to go too far down here. Just want to double check my rankings. Yeah, I think who I'm going to go with here is – this is tough. This is very, very tough. Who would you go here, Mike?
You can go anywhere based on roster construction. I would go Christian Kirk from the receivers, and I would go George Pickens from the receivers and Rashad White from the running backs.
Yeah, that's who I was looking at. I like Rashad White. For receivers, I have Christian Kirk as the highest. So between those two, I was looking at, but I think I'm going to go Rashad White since I feel like I need to lock in a good running back 3 right here. I feel like there's kind of a tier break coming up that I don't really want to miss out on. So I'm going to go ahead and take Rashad White.
3 straight Buccaneers off the board.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. After Rashad White goes James Conner, Hollywood Brown, Michael Pittman, and Isaiah Pacheco. And I get my guy, Christian Kirk. Look at that.
So I like Rashad White. I know there's a lot of people that just think like he's, due to his efficiency numbers, he's not a good running back, but the Buccaneers fucking were awful last year. Like Leonard Fournette didn't have any, like he didn't have an opportunity to succeed. So to those people, I say fuck off. I think he is a good running back. I think there's a reason why he was drafted high. I actually think he looks really good running the ball. So, you know, is that line going to be better this year? Maybe. I think the Bucs are going to be horrible. So at the very least, he's going to catch 80 balls this year. So in a PPR format, I'm going to grab him all the time. But
yeah,
I'm going to go Pickens. For sure, taking Pickens there. And then James Cook is someone I was going to go. This team 3 is sniping me all over the place right now. I do like James Cook a lot. Montgomery, someone who sits here that I think is like a pretty solid running back pick this late. That being said, I do have Antonio Gibson 1 spot ahead of him. And I think I'm going to end up just going Gibson. He's my 4th running back. He's got higher upside than David Montgomery. So he is going to be the pick there for me.
Yeah, I love that. All right, so after Antonio Gibson goes Jordan Addison, Evan Ingram, David Montgomery, who I was hoping was going to fall right there, but he did not. So looking at Quentin Johnston, Brandon Cooks, Kadarius Toney, Jahan Dotson. I have Jahan Dotson would be my highest wide receiver here. Jahan.
You want to hear something really funny?
Sure, hit me.
Ryan and I are in a fantasy football league. We recently, as of last year, are splitting an entry, and it's actually the same format, but there's keepers involved, and I just received a text that our buddy Mike Lagan did not have Kevin Ridley on his final roster, so he does not. So he in fact does not get to keep him. So real big brain move by you, Mike. You decide to draft someone in the whatever it was, 12th, 13th, 14th round as a keeper, but then you forget to roster him at the end of the season. So way to use that big brain of yours. Not only do you burn that round, that draft pick in current year's draft, but don't get to reap the benefits the following year. Sorry, side note there.
That was awesome. I don't know who texted you that, but great piece of information, Mike. I'm sorry, buddy. That is rough. But been there, so you'll recover. It's all good. But back to my pick, I'm going to take Jahan Dotson. I think he helps beef up my wide receiver depth here.
Jahan.
Yeah, it's one of my new favorite way of pronouncing his name. Is it Jahan Dotson?
Jahan.
Then goes Brandon Cooks, Deshaun Watson, AJ Dillon, and Brian Robinson. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was just curious if you're Dotson over Cooks.
I am Dotson over Brandon Cooks. Yes, that is correct.
Cool. I am too. I was just curious because I know you like Cooks a lot.
I do. I do like Cooks a lot, but I think Dotson has more upside than Cooks.
The Cookie
Personally,
Monster.
the Cooks. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, no, I do like Cooks this year. I think he's going to have a good year, but it's tough finding a good spot for him in the rankings. Here I am in the 10th round. I have Devontae Adams, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, Jahan Dotson. So I got 5 wide receivers here. Running back room, Bijan, ETN, Rashad White. I would like to go running back, seeing who we have available here. Jamal Williams, Rashad Penny, Zach Charbonnet. I'm sorry. Zach Charbonnet.
Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Charity.
Sharby. And I think that's who I'm going to go with.
I am going to take, gosh, I mean, like Freiermuth, there's some value with him at this point, but I'm not necessarily a Freiermuth guy. Gosh, who do we like here? I've always kind of been on P. Ryan, but like Ryan's cooled off on Penny, I've cooled off on P. Ryan because of Javonte is apparently some sort of a miraculous. He has some sort of a miraculous knee recovery. So what I'm looking at here is Elijah Moore or Zay Flowers, and I probably go Elijah Moore. Although Zay Flowers is really starting to get intriguing. What do you have there between those two? I mean, like they're neck and neck. They're basically the same receiver in my mind. I'd probably go Eli Moore, even though I already have Amari.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. They're both neck and neck. In the rankings, it resembles that as well. But I think Elijah Moore has the upper hand on Zay currently, with the amount of weapons that are on each team. Like Elijah Moore seems locked in as the number 2 wide receiver on the team. They were already talking about using him. Like the coach called him literally positionless. Like they want to use Elijah in the backfield. They want to put him in the slot. They want to put him outside. He's used as this versatile weapon. And Zay Flowers, with Rashad Bateman fully healthy, is going to be on the field with 3 wide receiver sets. So I just think Elijah Moore is going to be on the field more.
Well, I just got both of them, so.
Funny how that works out, huh? All right, so I am on the clock here. And I am looking at there's Samaje P. Ryan, Khalil Herbert, Cole Kmet, Devon A-Chain, Dalton Kincaid. And I am going to take another running back, and I'm going to grab Devon A-Chain.
You've been wanting to get more shares of him.
I have, yeah. I mean, there's glowing reports coming out on him pretty much daily, so it's very good to see. And I think he could very well easily be the best, most talented. Very well,
easily be the best, most talented.
Yes,
I like that.
Quote
sentence.
Unquote.
Yeah, we need we need to get a graphic.
Unquote.
We need to get a graphic. Fantasy Trucker on Devon A-Chain. He is, what is it?
I don't even remember I said it. Remember how I said it. He is I can't even repeat it if I wanted to. Definitely most I don't know.
It was the best. Yeah, we'll have to run that tape back because that was a glowing report from the Fantasy Trucker.
So yeah, I'm back on the clock. Didn't realize that. And I'm looking at who we have here.
Someone I'm becoming a little bit more I'm starting to warm up to more and more as the days go on is Mr. Khalil Herbert.
Herbie.
Yeah, and again, that might be more best ball based because that's kind of just how my brain is wired right now. I'm starting to get more into redraft as we knock out these mocks, but I like him from a best ball standpoint this late. He's a starting running back, and his ADP here on Sleeper is 111. Like, I don't care what your role is now or is projected to move to. At 112, I will give me a starting running back, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You haven't necessarily heard anything about Foreman, you know, taking that role from him. They're not going to just give it to Foreman because he's some great running back, because he's not.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're both going to be utilized. That's just the reality of the situation. But Herbert could easily see that the first go at it, the first swing. So, absolutely. I'm at a crossroads here. This is a tough spot to be put in right here. I have 5 running backs, 5 receivers, quarterback, and I need a tight end here. And I mean, Dalton Kincaid is just very interesting. I know I have him currently ranked pretty low, but I am reevaluating those rankings. We will be recording our tight end episode here pretty shortly. And I will be moving Dalton Kincaid up to the, what number here? Where would I put him? Probably my 8th spot. Number 8 tight end. So I'm going to grab Dalton Kincaid. After Kincaid, McKinnon, Khalil Herbert, as Mike was just talking about, and Daniel Jones.
Hebert. I was definitely going to take Kincaid.
Well, I mean, in the 12th round, it's a, great pick.
I am going to once again play the computer sim move and draft Dulcich in the 13th.
Careful, dude. Team 3 might snipe you again.
Good for Team 3. It's got Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Here. Give me some Mo. Boom. And give me Dulcich. There we go.
All right. And for my last pick, I will be grabbing. I love Darnell Mooney, but I don't want to go too heavy with the Bears wide receiving core because in reality, I don't know how many yards are going to be able to go around there. But I will go with a little further down the list here and grab someone with upside. I'll grab Nico Collins and round out this draft. My team ended up.
Oh, look at your best buddy, Jacoby.
Yeah. So yeah, I ended up with my final roster. I have Justin Fields as my quarterback, running back room: Bijan Robinson, Travis Etienne, Rashad White, Zach Charbonnet, Devon Achane. I love it. Wide receivers: Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, the Devontae brothers, DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, Jahan Dotson, and Nico Collins. Mike, how'd your team turn out?
Trevor Lawrence, Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper, Greg Dulcich, Cam Akers, and then on my bench I have George Pickens, Antonio Gibson, Elijah Moore, Zay Flowers, and Sky Moore. So
Very
I would
nice.
say it turned out pretty good there, Pop.
Yeah, I mean your wide receivers are like solid would be an understatement. You have a great wide receiver core there. And your running backs too.
If Amari Cooper plays the way I think he can this year, he's a wide receiver 1.
Mhm.
Chase and Garrett Wilson are obviously wide receiver 1s. Trevor Lawrence I have as a top 5 quarterback. Breece Hall and JK are 2 people that I feel like are undervalued based on their recent injuries. Cam Akers is due for a breakout season. Yeah, I mean, everyone on my team is someone I'm super high on. I just think a 10-team league is quite ridiculous because you can just absolutely stack your roster. I mean, I feel like I'm stealing candy from a baby doing that.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right.
But
well,
yes, that's why I'll say from a strategy standpoint that if you are in a 10-team PPR league like this, like, don't draft kicker or defense, because look who I got in the last 2 rounds. I got Zay Flowers and Sky Moore. Like, I mean, Sky Moore could be the wide receiver 1, the second receiving target for Patrick Mahomes, and Zay Flowers could be that exact same role behind Mark Andrews. So, I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah, if your league allows you to not draft kicker defense, put it to the side. All right. Well, that about does it for our mock draft mania episode. We'll be back with more mock drafts, more best balls.
Yeah, honestly, one more thing. I wouldn't even draft a tight end unless, like, I have Dulcich extremely high as like tight end 7, maybe. You'll hear about that in the tight end ranking episode. But had I not gotten him in the last round, I wouldn't even draft a tight end if it's early on in preseason and get, another depth piece, because at the end of the day, you can stream tight ends if you're not getting Kelsey, Andrews. I mean, for me, that's really it. I don't even really touch that middle tier. I'm either Kelsey, Andrews, or I skip all the way down to Dulcich and Kincaid. So if you're not getting Kelsey or Andrews, Kincaid and Dulcich are worth drafting. But that middle tier, to me, it's like, I'm staying away. I understand Darren Waller, Hawkinson, people are huge on, but yeah, anyways, you can stream.
Yeah, very, very streamable position.
Yeah. If you miss out on Kincaid and Dulcich, you can find value in the waiver wires once the season kind of creeps up.
Yeah, because I mean, just keep an eye on the rest of your league mates. Now, if everybody drafts 2 tight ends, somebody drafts 3 tight ends. In every league, it's bound to happen every once in a while, but it'll make it a little bit more harder to stream the position. But if everyone's taking 1 tight end, completely punt it.
If they take 3 tight ends, that makes me even more not want to get a tight end, because that just means they're an absolute dumbass, and there's going to be more. You're just going to have
more value elsewhere.
Yeah. So let them be a dumbass. You be smart. And I mean, at the end of the day, people that I'm thinking of on the waiver wire right now is Luke Musgrave, Trey McBride. I mean, probably even better than that. We don't have the board up anymore, but
Mike Gesicki,
Hayden Hurst. I mean, any of these guys that are starting tight ends that look like they're going to be one of the top options, you're going to be able to stream them on a good matchup and, get close to 10 points, which is really all you need after some of those elite tight ends. So anyways, that's just a little piece at the end. Buckle up.